What's up everyone? In this video, we're going to be breaking down the essential gear that you need to set up a music studio so you can go from this to this. First things first, the environment, the space. You want somewhere that feels nice, feels good. This is a place that you're gonna be creative in. So you wanna be able to express yourself and be inspired by the space that you're in. Get a desk, something simple, doesn't have to be crazy. Just make sure it's sturdy to hold all the gear. And now let's talk about computers. You don't need anything crazy for computers. This is a couple-year-old M1 Max, MacBook Pro, and it still handles my 200 track trailer sessions without a problem. Computers these days are insane, so just get something simple. Again, it doesn't have to be totally spec'd out to its max. You can get a Mac or a PC. Pretty much all the DAWs other than Logic, I believe, works with both operating systems, so entirely up to you. I use Mac, it works for me. As far as DAWs go, just start simple if you've never produced music before. So GarageBand, it's free. You can make killer tracks in any DAW. Ableton has a light version, which offers you, I believe, 16 different tracks. There's free trials of pretty much everything. So dive into all of them. Check out which one feels the best for you. There's no right or wrong. Each one has their pros and cons. They can pretty much all do the same thing nowadays. So just pick one and roll with it. You can always switch later. You can learn multiple and see which one you like the best. Before we dive in any further, let's talk about one of the most forgotten things when it comes to setting up a studio. Power strip. You don't need a power conditioner right away. You can get a power conditioner. What those do is they eliminate hum and different electronical noise. If you are getting some interference, check out a power conditioner. For now, simple power strip. This will do the job. But you're gonna have multiple things connected, different lights, your computer, maybe different controllers or drum machines, who knows? Get a power strip, use it. Okay, the next part here, an audio interface. Do you need it? Entirely up to you and depending on what you're doing. You can absolutely produce music with just a laptop, a pair of headphones, or plug out of your laptop and go to a set of speakers. That's really all you need. You don't need much more than that. But if you want to expand your studio setup, an audio interface is a great way to do that. There's tons of different ones with different inputs so you can record things such as guitars, instruments, bass guitars. You can plug microphones into the front and that way you can record vocals or sample random sounds. And typically on the back, you're gonna have outputs and these allow you to go to speakers. Now, you might ask, why don't I just go out of the 3.5mm headphone jack from your computer? You totally can, nothing wrong with that. Typically, audio interfaces offer higher quality outputs. So you're gonna get some better sound and it's gonna be able to push a little bit more without distorting. So that's the point of an audio interface. They also give you additional things like headphone jacks in the front with volume control. Things such as phantom power to power different microphones that might require additional power. These things connect USB, really simple. I'll put a couple different links in the description below to a few different ones that I like. They start around 59 bucks, go up to 100, go up to thousands if you get more inputs and more outputs. But if you're just starting, keep it simple. This is a complete audio 2. It's got 2 inputs on the front, 2 outputs on the back. We're gonna run the outputs to our speakers and the inputs, we're gonna plug a mic in. Don't need anything more than that. I'm just thinking here, how do I wanna set this up? You know, what's the workflow gonna be like? In my opinion, you really want things to be within reach. Otherwise, you're not gonna use them. Also, cabling, make it simple, make it convenient. For instance, I have a new Mac. I don't wanna use adapters and all that. Most interfaces come with a USB cable that goes to USB-A. Most new computers have USB-C. Get yourself one of these. A simple USB for the interface to USB-C. This way you can just plug it directly into the computer. You don't have to have a hub or anything else. So let's start by connecting our interface to the computer with the USB cable. Everyone's setup is gonna be different. I have a desk against a ledge. I'm gonna use it to my advantage here and set my laptop up on the ledge. Now the reason I am doing this is because I also have a mouse and keyboard, which I'm gonna control from down here. So really I'm only using the laptop for the screen. I don't actually need to touch it or engage with it in any way. Interface, I'm gonna keep at arm's reach because I want to always be able to control the volume and change different settings on the front and on the back. so keep it close to you so you can easily access it. One thing I'm not going to discuss in this video is acoustic treatment, and yes, this room definitely needs it. But if you want to learn more about setting up a studio, you can check out my workshop, the Home Studio Handbook, which is part of my music course, Full-Time Music Creator. You can also check out the free 45-minute masterclass, which breaks down my official Post Malone Wow remix I did for the NBA playoffs. Check it out in the link below. Now you're probably asking, okay, got the interface, what's next? Well, I'm gonna tell you what's next. Speakers. This for me is a little kind of portable setup. I'm in a transition of moving, so I wanted a simple studio that I can make music on that isn't crazy complex with synths and all that stuff. For right now, I'm just gonna be using these iLoud speakers. There are tons of different speakers. None of them are better than the other ones. It all just depends on how you reference, how you listen to them, and how well you know them. If you know your speaker, your mixes are gonna sound perfect. Again, these are really simple. They're small. They have RCAs on the back. So I'm gonna use a simple 1/4 inch to RCA cable. 1/4 inch will go to the back of the interface, RCA to the speaker. Output 1 is typically left, and 2 is typically right. Really easy to match the colors. I like to remember red by red, right. Kind of works together, same letters. So output 2, right, boom, just like that. For the other side, again, just match the colors. 1, 2. We're gonna clean up all these cables later, so again, don't worry about that so much right now, but it is nice to have clean cables so you're always organized. As far as speakers, where do they go? How do you position them? The goal is a 45-degree angle. You wanna make a triangle. Again, don't overthink this. As long as you can hear it and it sounds good, excellent. It's great to have the tweeters at ear level so they're not too low. These have little stands on them so I can angle them up, which will also do the trick. You can also get things like isolation pads, which are foam pads that keeps vibrations from traveling through the desk, isolates the speaker a little bit. It's a simple setup that we're doing here. Let's keep it simple. 45-degree angle to each ear. Perfect. Let's do that now. The best thing to do once you have them in place is play your favorite music on it. Listen to songs, see how they sound, see how the room sounds. By doing those types of things, it's gonna help you with your mix, so that way you know what to put where in your mix. At this point, you have your interface connected to your computer and your speakers connected to your interface. Should be able to get some sound. What do you need next? What's a necessity for you, for your setup, for your style? That all depends. This might be a good stopping place. Maybe you're a guitar player or a singer or a bass player. You don't need anything else. You are ready to record at this point. You can plug a mic in, you can do the things you need to do. My personal recommendation, a MIDI controller. Get something simple, like maybe a $100 or $150 MIDI controller, something with 25 keys. You can even go up to 49 if you want. But a MIDI controller is useful because what it does is it allows you to play the sounds that are inside your computer. So whatever DAW you're using, you might have different instruments or plugins within that DAW, such as saxophones, synthesizers, drums. And a MIDI controller allows you to play those instruments. Now again here, this is a bit overkill. I have a S49. This is a 49 key MIDI controller. I'm gonna plug it up with a USB cable directly to the computer. We got our keyboard set up within reach. I brought over a mouse and keyboard so I can control my computer right from here. Interface is off to the side, easily accessible. I can control my speaker volume or microphone input or anything like that. Again, this just gives me the ability to dive in here, make music easily, and not have to be reaching or moving or doing things. I can get straight to what I'm doing and stay focused. I think that's important. We got all this set up. Now let's bring in the vibes. Tell me there's a perfectly good ledge here. You don't think I'm gonna put plants on it? Yeah, we're putting plants on it. Look at us, we're pretty close to being totally set up here. This place is looking incredible. I do want to talk about headphones. What do you need? What's realistic? Now, I'm just using a pair of AirPod Max. They do the job for me. Again, totally overkill. Get yourself a cheap $50 pair of headphones, some Audio-Technicas, some M20Xs, maybe some Sennheisers, some HD280s. Again, I'll put links in the description, but you don't need anything crazy. Keep it simple, something that sounds good to your ear. Listen to other music on it, and then you'll know which are the headphones for you. Keep headphones nearby because you want to reference between speakers and headphones. It's a good thing to do. Also, a lot of people will probably say something like AirPods are not a good thing to reference on because they alter the sound. They're not true, but at the same time, they kind of are a good reference. Why? Because everyone's listening to music on AirPods, earbuds, things like that. So why not use them to reference? Get another pair of headphones for other things. Just a thought. I'm gonna use these simple light bars. Again, this is more for set design for me. You don't really need anything like this, but it does create a cool vibe. I mean, it's like a lightsaber. Come on. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, what's left? What else do I need? And what is that thing over there? Well, that's a machine. You don't need it, just something I use, but it's pretty cool to make drums on. So why not throw it in my little setup? The last thing you might need is a microphone and a microphone stand, as well as an XLR cable. Now, the cable connects to the bottom of the microphone. Pretty much every microphone uses this type of connection. So just get yourself a simple XLR cable. You get them from Amazon. Again, links in the description. You don't need any crazy $60 cable. Keep it simple. The other side, male XLR, goes into your interface. Then get a mic stand, put the mic right on there, you're good to go. And that's it for the essential gear that you might need to start your studio. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll put some links to all this stuff and some additional items that you might be interested in the description. Again, hit me with a like or sub for the algorithm, and stay tuned for more content coming out soon. We out of here. Make some music.